So in that 10, 15 minutes, this is like open for how you felt about the film, anything you'd like to just throw in there that doesn't mention.
If there is any issue,
go.
So I like musicals.
Okay. Did you know it was a musical?
No.
No way.
I wish I did actually.
Would you have still watched it or come if you knew that it was a musical?
Because we knew he liked, I'll get to Preston, but we knew he liked singing in the first place. Because he always just burst into like random tunes. So I'm not surprised, but I would have been more prepared because he got Lady Gaga and him. So I'm like, oh, good beats, but the songs weren't. Like,
yeah, I thought that. I think if the songs were different,
the songs were really hard to follow through. There was nothing that. Have you seen Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah.
You seen that movie?
So they're not memorable songs. That
No,
you
they're
actually
not.
want
I
in
wanna
follow
go
But
back.
then again, it was old-fashioned, so.
But Chicago was old fashioned.
Yeah, Chicago was. Yeah.
So it was based in like a long time ago, so that's probably why they had that kind of music.
Yeah, it was antiquated. They wanted it to feel like it was
Yeah.
time move. Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting all the music.
No, I think
Singing.
it was way too much. I would have liked to be three-quarters of there.
I feel like I just think I describe it as a musical though. I feel like I don't think it was supposed to be. I don't think the aim was to make it a musical. I think they were trying to like really focus on the deranged aspects of their relationship. That like they felt so in love with each other, but yet they were like encouraging each other to do crazy things. Like I don't know if you remember the when he was imagining the courtroom and how she like used the blood from someone's head to like paint the smile and stuff like that. And that was all do I need to okay. And that was all during like what was supposed to be a love scene. I don't know. So I don't think it was actually supposed to be a musical. I think they were using the music to try and portray the deranged nature of their relationship. Is the way I'd see it. Also, I felt kind of sorry for him. I felt like he was really trying to be something that he just wasn't able to be, and all the while being punished for trying to be that person, is what I would say.
Do you guys feel that Joker 2 as opposed to Joker 1 showed more of his vulnerability? Like they opened him up a bit more, set in a sensitive manner. Because even when we go into about stereotypes of how they usually deal with mental health in films and madness, I feel like they're not very sensitive before, whereas maybe they were trying to give us that be a bit more sensitive as writers, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they were really trying to just show that. I think you said something about the mightiness of the message being too big for the actual Joker. So I feel like it sets up for the future Joker iterations of Joker. And this is just like the first exploration of the psychological trauma of this particular Joker, but it sets up a future version of a Joker. Perhaps one that we'll really enjoy that won't be a musical.
But would that be the lady then?
Yeah,
Would that be like
Harley Quinn.
Would that be Leah then acting as, because you know how there's always that like the aftermath of what happens, so would she then now become the Miss Joker and then start up her own like rally? Because she she was like, look at all the people outside are here for you. So did she want to have that community of like
Yeah, because there's movies of Harley Quinn and cartoons.
yeah.
You say Harley Quinn should be the spin-off, like the
Yeah.
part 3,
and also women.
Something about this film though as well. You asked about impacts on society. Like when people actually watch films. So to make a character like Joker and like Batman, like would you want your child picking the Joker toy, being influenced by Joker? I want to play with Joker. I want to be Joker.
Do you mean real life?
Yeah, because you got to remember when you watch films, that's going to influence and impact people, So would you want your child to actually be, I want the Joker magazine, Mum, or I want the Joker toy? That's a bit concerning.
Because we're in that time now where we're focusing more on the antagonist, the villain. We're making the villains the protagonists of the story, just to sort of understand them. But then what are the
implications
of
doing
that?
that?
Making
Do you get what
that.
I mean? Yeah.
I think on this film as well, they touched on why he's like that as well. When sometimes films, you don't actually see that side, the vulnerable side. You just see that they're like mad and doing all this crazy stuff. But in the film, they touched on, you know, he had a bad childhood, so that is why he's that way. Which, I don't know, I feel like they don't normally show that.
Do you remember in the first one, he killed his mum because he found out that Thomas Wayne, who's Bruce Wayne's dad, Batman, he thought that was his dad. That's what the mum kept on telling him. But they've been saying that the mum was delusional, that it wasn't really his dad. For some reason, deep down, I believe that he is, you know, and I believe that they were trying to hide that from him, you know.
I mean, this could be a
Deep
version
down, because
like
the first film hid that. It didn't.
because there's comic books have like parallel universes and that, so this could very well be a version of the Joker where he's related to the Waynes.
Yeah.
Possibilities.
Yeah, but he killed the mum because he was like, you let this man beat me up for no reason. You let this man beat me up. Like, so I think that kind of damaged, you know, his like views on the world as well.
I was going to say, what did you guys think of Lady Gaga's performance? And the reason I ask this is because I feel like I got a sense of desperation in her. Like, she really wanted this to do really, really well. Like, I felt like that was really coming across. And I say that because she's had other films like Gucci, for example, that just didn't do well. And not necessarily because of her or her performance, but like, I don't know, I just got a sense from her, like, I really want to portray a mad person. Like, I really want,
Do you think she's trying to be
or
too
someone who's
serious?
mentally ill, should I say. I don't know, I just feel like I got a sense that she's kind of like, this needs to work. Like, it has to work.
I felt like I was not seeing her being ill, but then I thought, is she one of those psycho people that are psycho but act normal?
Yeah.
Because that's how
She's been. She's not been like a sane person. She's always played some like crazy
But
character.
Lady Gaga's kind of off key. Anyway,
Yeah.
she was more in real life sings off key than what she sings in the film.
And I think she was chosen, like, I think she was definitely the right choice, but I just felt within her performance there was a pressure to like make sure that this went well and it worked, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was kind of normal. Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
would just
I
say, like-
I was thinking
Yeah, like, a bit disappointed about this one, honestly, compared to the first one. And I feel like it's not even like, you know, a movie about the Joker, it's a movie about anti-Joker. Like, that's not Joker, that's like, this guy actually reflect a bit, you know, damage mentally. And
I think it's a setup for future Harley Quinn movies. It's a setup for a future Joker movie. This one is dead,
I
and
think they wanted to kill the idea, the negativity of the other films. So maybe they had like complaints about implications, and maybe they wanted to try and put a message to say, you know, don't follow the things Joker did in the first place. He's not admitting that it was him.
that could be that too.
Maybe they were trying to tackle the stereotypes as well. Oh, let's plead insanity and let him get off. You know, that's what they usually do in movies.
That could be
Would
that.
you agree?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would agree because during the court case, the whole premise of putting him away was saying that no, he's not got a problem. He's choosing to do these things.
But he was still
So-
challenging that at that point. It was only when he got raped.
That he then
Changed
his story. Yeah.
because you remember he was on a high horse, and remember that's part of his disorder is that kind of he's disillusioned that he's someone bigger than what he is.
what about the influence of Lady? What about the influence of Lady Gaga? Because you know the film starts with him sort of almost coming to terms with, you know, that he's just got a mental disorder with a lawyer, and she's like trying to guide him or help him. But then Lady Gaga comes and is like, no, you're the Joker. She's influencing him, putting all the ideas in his head. I think she's the catalyst. I think she's the problem, and
Woman in the the mixed race woman in the first one, she told when she said to him, are those three guys on the train. If you ever saw the look in his face, that's the moment when it broke to him, I'm gonna be the Joker because she loves this and they love it. You need to go and look at that scene and you're gonna realise she was the catalyst for it. I think Harley Quinn was like a driver, like a fuel to that, you know, to that drive.
And she's like,
She
okay, he's not
fueled
up
it.
to it. This particular Joker's not up to it. I need to find me or be the Joker. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that's how it ends. And then that just drives him insane, and it's back to square one, weak, and then someone else who's bought into the propaganda just comes and is like, I'm the next Joker.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Can I
Go on.
chime in a little bit? Okay.
Go on.
Hold the camera and we'll laugh through.
Go on.
Okay. This fine. I'm fine. I'm cameraman. It's surprising you guys think that she was real, because realistically, if you're throwing somebody in the hole and they both did the same crime, how would she then be able to say bye to him?
Do you know? I was actually going to say something.
Like, it doesn't make any
Now
sense.
you said that. Do you know there was the bit on the stairs, right? Where he
Yes.
saw her. If you noticed, there was a clip where she disappeared and she wasn't there, and then she came back. So could it be that she's a figment of his imagination always?
Yeah, because the whole,
I know the lawyers speak about it at the end.
He looked at it through the
Yes,
lens.
but in that moment,
Yeah, maybe go a few.
like, yes, fine, she's a
Good
real
after.
person. She's a real person, fine. But in that moment on the stairs, was she actually there? Or did he will her to be there? Like, did he want her to be there?
Oh, now you're going to make me have to watch this again now.
Because some
I
things
know,
are being
but I'm going to
imagination
have to just...
and some things
see
could be
that.
real. You don't
Yeah,
know.
I was
That's
going to
the whole
say
film.
that throughout the film, they really messed with us in terms of what he was imagining and what was real. So,
It did keep you thinking, I suppose.
Yeah. So from that point of view, then obviously they did break down. If that's the case, then they did break down his psychosis a bit. One thing I want to point out is that they wasn't coherent with was from the first one. You see, he's got the laughter disorder. They weren't playing on that. He only done it once in this movie. And I was like, where's his laughing disorder gone?
That's
You know?
what I said. I don't think this one is about the Joker. It's about him.
Yeah, but his character's still there. Joker's is Arthur. Whether he's Arthur or Joker, he's still got the laughing disorder.
I think they were trying to downplay the Joker though, because she even mentioned that you can't call him by his name. Like they
But
wanted
the
to
laughing is part of his. Oh, he can't help that. He done it once.
See, that's really good that you saw the first one very, very recently, so it's still very fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I'm
I
so
need to
glad I
watch
watched it.
over
I
again.
watched it last night because I thought. Do you know why I did? Because I thought I don't want to watch this, and then I don't know. If I didn't watch that, I wouldn't have got today. I'm not gonna lie. If I saw today, I wouldn't have known. I would have just thought it was a guy in jail for what reason. So I appreciate the fact that I watched that because it made today make sense. And it made today that bit better. If I didn't watch that one, I think today would have just been like, that was a waste of... Yeah, that made me anticipate to watch today.
I have another point as well. Sorry.
Go on, my dad.
This is coming from like a major, like I'm a comic head, so like I know the whole thing of it. Joker's always been a character where like you don't know who he is, and even when the storylines was there are three Jokers, there's three different people, so it doesn't really matter if he is the real Joker or not. So it's like looking at that, the way it feels like it falls apart is a big part of the last film was his cult of personality, like you said earlier. Like he influences a lot of people. And in the first movie, they did a really good job of showing that he talks to disenfranchised people, he talks to the poor, he sort of feels like an out to a bubbling sea. Like when you look at the color grade, everything's warm, it feels hot. You know, it almost feels like, if you guys have seen Predator 2, where everything, the way they shot. Well, that film felt really hot. The way they shot it felt like it was a bubbling city of crime. And with this one, it felt much more despondent, like there's no energy to him. But unfortunately, they didn't really show why the hell people even like this guy. Like the whole film, I'm like, they talk about, oh, there was a TV show that he was in that went over his life exactly like, you know, your Dharmas and stuff. But why didn't you show us this? It feels like you're telling me stuff, but you're not showing it. And as much as it's like seeing a recap of the first film does fill people in who didn't watch the first film, ultimately I came in there to watch the second film. So it's like I'm not given reason as to why the society views him as almost a martyr, while other people view him as like a criminal. So it just sort of fails as its own standalone movie to me. While the first film felt like it's just its own movie.
Yeah. So you feel like the second part needed the first part then, whereas the first one, I agree. That's why I say I appreciate watching that. Otherwise, I would have seen today and not had a full idea. Yeah.
Like
Which-
most sequels would have like building up on what happened in the first one. And my own issues, I just felt like they could have done more like joining it together, even if it's some
Yeah.
flashbacks, to make sure like Mario, seen it, would be able to like connect the dots, because this is a musical now. So if you like musical, you want to go see this, but you may not have wanted to see the first one. Yeah.
Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. This is the Real Happy Hour podcast after show. Thank you all very much.